Hello, so I'll be explaining parts C2 and C3 of this project. So for C2, are hurricanes becoming stronger? I've already created the data frame hurricane, which according to definition have wind speeds greater than 64 knots, and then is within the time frame that we want, which is 1970 to 2019. And so for this problem, I am creating average wind speed of hurricanes per year, which I just do by grouping by season or year and then summarizing using mean. And then for my data analysis, I am arranging according to descending order the average wind speeds. And this is just to get an approximate idea of which years have higher average wind speeds and which years have lower average wind speeds, just to see which ones are more recent. And then for my visual analysis, I created a line plot with X as the year and then Y as the average wind speeds. And I also included a linear model just to see the average trend of this data. And so basically, according to both of these analyses, I conclude that hurricanes are becoming stronger in terms of wind speed. So next for C3, first I made storms 2019, which is just filtering out the storms from this year. So for part A, it can be broken down into two parts. The first one is that there are 20 tropical cyclones, which I can just use distinct according to the storm identifier. And then 18 of them are named. So the first method that I used was to, by definition, have the storms that are above 34 knots, and there are 18 of those. And then the second method was to filter out the ones that are called not named, which was according to the data, the ones that are not named. And since both of them got 18, A is true. And then for B, we're trying to see that there are these storms that achieved hurricane status, which is defined as above 64 knots. So I first filtered that, and then I actually eliminated the ones that are not named, and I got 7 storms. So instead of 6, which means B is false. And then for C, can also be broken down into 2 parts. The first one is that we have 3 named storms that intensified into major hurricanes, which is defined as greater than about 96 knots, and I did get 3. And then for the second part, becoming category 5, which is reaching 136 knots, and I actually got 2. And so instead of all 3 of them, only 2 of them reached category 5, so C is false. And then for D, the official hurricane season is from month 6 to month 11, and so I filtered out the ones that are not in these months, and there was only 1, and so D is true. For E, we've already proven in part C that 2 of the storms become category 5 hurricanes, and then to determine which ones are making landfall, I had landfall equal to 0, and I filtered those, and there are 0 results, meaning that E is false. Thank you.